So the name Shreddy Krueger, oh man, it's a good one. It's got a really funny history, and it's completely random. I hope that people understand that we didn't spend hours mulling over this to get the perfect name. It just kind of came up and then it stuck. So the very first demo that we ever wrote for Lion Pariah, Jordan just put it together like he usually does. He sent it to us, and the placeholder name on it was Shreddy Krueger, and that was the title of the song, and we thought it was hilarious. And then somehow it kind of morphed into Shreddy Krueger, and then it stuck. And that's I distinctly remember us having numerous conversations about band names, and we should do this, and we should call ourselves that, and whatever. And after a long time, it just stuck with us as our band, and it just was our name, and that's who we were. And I think it's good because it's one of those things that we take this band seriously, but we don't in the same respect. We take writing music really seriously, but outside of that, we just like to enjoy ourselves.
The name came from, I'm going to take credit for it because I think the first demo I sent out with my vocals on it, I called either the song or I think I called the band Shreddy Krueger, and it wasn't spelled the same way or anything like that, but I sent it out and everyone just thought it was hilarious. And 10 drunk walks later, we all decided that it was a really good idea. We had so many other band names, something like Wolves, Colossus, a couple other ones, and we couldn't do it. It was just too fucking serious. And there's so many bands in the genre that just take themselves like way too seriously. There's a few things we take seriously: our tunes, the actual music, lyric content, and maybe no, we don't even take promos seriously. But there's so many bands, we just don't want to have one of those names like Black is the veil that dyes the bride or something like that. I wouldn't be able to tell any of my friends that my band was named Black is the eyes of the veil of the bride or whatever. Fuck that. So I got a kick out of when I tell people my band name. They're like, "What's your band name?" Shreddy Krueger. And they're like, "Oh man, that's fucking awesome." And I was like, "It's done." It just brought at least a smile to someone's face, and it's a stupid enough name that people will be like, "Oh my god, Shreddy Krueger, I have to hear this." And it maybe even kind of downplays our music a little bit for people to be like, "Oh, it's actually not too bad." If I heard a band named Shreddy Krueger or I saw that on YouTube, I'd have to check it out. It's my duty as a freaking man to check it out. So, yeah, I still every once in a while I laugh and I'm just like, I can't believe our band is called Shreddy Krueger, but welcome. A big concern for me when we started the band was with Shreddy Krueger. It's the most ridiculous name, and lots of our videos and everything are just we're goofs. And for me, I've never written lyrics before in my entire life. Maybe back when I was 13 for punk rock bands, but I was just about being a broken-hearted 13-year-old boy, which is stupid. And it was going to be difficult for me because I kind of wanted to write about just partying and having a good time, Andrew WK styles, but I don't think I would have been able to take it seriously and give what I gave on our EP. I had to kind of dig a little deeper and really write about stuff that was relevant to me, and it had to mean something to me. Every single lyric had to mean something to me. I didn't want it just to be, I don't know, writing about, I was going to say video games, but I did write about video games. Yeah, it just had to mean something really deep down to me. So every song, I took an approach to just being really, really simple with all my lyrics. I didn't want to pull a Greg Graffin from Bad Religion and use words that were is that even a fucking word? Christ. So every single lyric I would think through to ends of the earth. What I usually do is I get down and I have my iPhone and I just start writing down ideas and stuff that comes to me at practice, and then I start compiling them, kicking out stuff that I hate, adding on to stuff that I think needs more. And as far as lyrical tone and stuff, I mean, it just had a lot to do with the only thing that I could really draw from was just having a really shitty childhood, and not all points that were shitty, but and the things, the monuments that happened to me along the way in life, and just like Prophetess, my grandmother passing away, was really huge for me, and that just came naturally. I kind of use lyrics as like a way to like get stuff off my chest almost, and it's the most like open I'll ever be with the public, and I try not to be like too crazy with it. Hey, it's Kitty. Anyway, no, I try to be as open with like our fans as possible. I don't necessarily want like kids to be able to read my lyrics and be like, I know exactly what he's talking about, but they can relate in some way. And those were lyrics when I was growing up that I really latched onto, that were just really simple. It's like, I get this guy's pissed off, you know, and most of them just came out of, yeah, just like the anger I had from being a young man to being a grown man now. And
when we started this band, we kind of discussed, how many bands have you ever been in where you select your members, your style of music, how many strings are going to be on your guitar, your tuning, your band name, start looking at getting design work done, and you guys haven't even picked up your instruments yet to write. When it all comes down to it, if you don't have music, you don't have a band. So we consciously made the decision to not name the band first. We just started writing. So when we had to reference our band, we just referenced it as Shreddy. Since the name of that first demo, that song ended up being The Lion and the Pariah, which was a little better of a name than Shreddy Krueger that it started out as. We went through tossing around names for a couple weeks, and it was always just, you know, when we were doing Shreddy practice, we got a new Shreddy song. Prophetess was the next one that we started writing, but we still referenced the whole package as Shreddy. And I remember sitting on the deck in my backyard, it was like May, June, about a month after the band started, and we all kind of hung our heads and begrudgingly looked at each other, and like, we're naming this thing Shreddy Krueger? Which was, yep, I guess so. You guys have anything better? Nope. Alright, well, give her hell. I think we kind of base a lot of our stuff, or I do personally, band like Every Time I Die. Those guys are the biggest jokers. They have the funniest band DVDs, and you go watch them play, and their live show is immaculate. They hold a clinic on being rock and roll, and they're just everything about them, their whole package. These are normal dudes playing in a band. Simple as that. And if you're good, you're good.
So, Shreddy Krueger, completely ridiculous name. We're fully aware of that. I think it's hilarious when you see the odd comment where people are like, can't even listen to these guys, ridiculous name, not even going to check it out. I think if they knew us, they'd realize that the majority of our band, not only did we spawn from inside jokes and parties and fun times and just being friends, we were like, you know, you read through any music magazine, and if you were to actually consciously think about the literal meaning of almost every band name, majority of them either don't make sense, or a play on words, or are just so cheesy it's not even funny. So anyways, our band started off as a joke. The name started out as a joke, and then when we started cycling through all these different ideas we had for serious heavy metal names, none of them could stick because none of them were as lighthearted and as tongue-in-cheek as a stupid name like Shreddy Krueger. So we're like, well, you know, anyone who notices the name is probably going to think it's hilarious or think it's ridiculous. Either way, if it encourages them to check out our band or at least be curious in the slightest of what our sound is, let's stick with it, let's roll with it. So same with everything from like bands doing studio updates that are like super serious, and you're like, I don't know, we just wanted to do silly Every Time I Die style, kind of just like joking updates about how ridiculous we are, us partying and being stupid. So all the good parts of the studio updates that we recorded and all the stupid parts in between, well, all the stupid parts in between about Will Smith and, you know, going to petting zoos and like ridiculous stuff that we've done as a band, those are the things that wound up making the cut, and the majority of the serious stuff got cut out because we didn't think that was entertaining. At the end of the day, the record is what it is, and how it got there is a total dichotomy of us being complete gong shows and, you know, writing in between. So we figured, you know, it's the whole world's turning into, you know, a YouTube fascination. So what's funnier to watch? Us making jackasses of ourselves and having a good time, or us showing exactly how we played certain riffs, or, you know, us being frustrated in the studio when we couldn't get a part. Let's just show the fun stuff and hope that people are entertained. So music, lyrical tone, 100% serious. Why not write the best music you possibly can, produce it the best you possibly can, and write about serious shit that'll still mean something in 4 or 5 years from now. Everything else should just be fun. I mean, if you get to know us as a band and feel like you can actually relate to us on some level, we're not, all doing our hair and making sure we fit a certain image or, talk all cool or say things the right way. We want to appear vulnerable. We want to be human beings. We want to just be dudes that are having a fantastic time, and that's exactly what this band is. So don't take anything seriously. Anything that you see that could be interpreted as a joke is a joke, except for the music and the lyrics. So have a good time. That's what music's all about.